Hello YouTube viewing audience, what's going on? Holy shit! 20 sets released at once. Today is the release date of the International 2017 Collector's Cache, and a lot of community skin creators have responded and created an amazing amount of quality underwater themed cosmetics. So we'll go through them as quickly as we can and open up 20 collector's caches. And in addition to that, Valve has kind of changed up the way they're giving bonuses for buying these caches. Previously, it used to be that you would purchase, I think the best deal before in TI7 is that you would purchase the weekend sale bundle, which was, I think, 50 levels and some treasures. This time, the bonus comes with the collector's cache itself. So, when you open a certain amount of caches, you will get rewards. So, up here on the left, you'll see after opening one cache, you will get 2,000 battle points, so that's 2 levels. After 10, you'll be able to choose, you'll be able to redeem this for a standard set of your choosing contained within the cache. So you can choose any standard set. And if you open 20, you will get 20 Battle Pass levels. So first off, we have the Jolly Reaver set for Pudge. Let me just make sure that my microphone's on, just so I don't have to re-record this, because it is quite expensive to purchase all these caches. So let's bring the microphone right up front. First, we have the Pudge's Jolly Reaver set. It replaces his hook with an anchor. That's just alright. He's got a bag of cannonballs back here, held by a tentacle. A cannon on his back as well, with really cool particle effects. Definitely going to be visible when you're playing in game. And it looks like his left arm is actually replaced by this tentacle dealio. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, and there's a pistol up front too, as well as this magnificent black beard. So pretty good set for Pudge. The hook, not that great. You can easily replace this with whatever you want though. Next, we have the Death Prophet's Eternal Testament set. So this is like a witch, which was bound by the feet and hurled into a lake or river to be drowned, I believe. The attire is actually quite fancy for Death Prophet sets. It actually does give her legs. Only, I think, 3 sets do that, one of which is an immortal. It gives her a fantastic looking veil and some crazy ass hair. That makes it look like she's underwater. It looks like she almost has like rigging or rope stuck to her or something. I'm not so sure about that. But definitely this veil is a very cool part of the set. And this rock down here. It's brilliant. Next we have the Winter Wyvern Set, Secrets of the Catechine. It changes the scales to look almost like a seahorse. So if you look up a seahorse, you'll see that they have a very similar shape on them. So yeah, just pretty cool. Not too much. I think the color palette darkened a little bit, but yeah, other than that, pretty much very similar. Other than it's like a shape change with scales. Next is the Rum Runner's Carronade for the Brewmaster hero. So let's see what he has here. He gets a, this appears to be a cannon, but I'm not entirely sure. Could be just a massive bludgeon for all I know. He's also got some liquor over here and a massive sword as well. Oh, and something else on his back. Looks like, oh, okay, so yeah, this probably is a cannon, and this is the cannon's mount. So it turns him into a pirate, basically. Pretty cool. So I think this might be the first Enigma set, other than his Immortal Bracers. The Abyssal Vortex, which gives him immaculate shoulder pieces, a fantastic headpiece that actually makes him resemble Stalker quite a lot, and nice arm pieces as well. So I think this is a fantastic set for a hero that really needed it as well. Next up, we have a Huskar set that kind of reminds me of the depiction of what's that ocean god in Greek mythology? I can't remember the name at the moment, but yeah, he's got a fantastic looking helmet and a crazy hairdo to go with it. The beard and the hair makes him look like the god I'm trying to think about. His leg pieces are also the head pieces, and he now wields a trident. Oh, and on the back, yeah, okay, that just confirms the Greek mythology connection. On the back, he's got a Medusa shield. So yeah, pretty cool set. Next up, we have the Undying Sea Blight Procession. That reminds me of the Pirates of the Caribbean, the zombie pirates in the first movie. That actually persists through all the movies now that I think about it. Although the zombie part doesn't. Whatever. Anyways, we actually have another Medusa part up here on the right shoulder piece. It looks like he's got coral growing out of his arm too, which works because it seems like he's got the theme of a dead pirate who's been rotting away at the bottom of the ocean to be reanimated. He's got a hook on his left arm, very good. Nice pirate hat, and tentacles is... Oh, actually not just tentacles, it's actually a full squid, or not squid, octopus back there. So, decent set. I think it's probably the best Undying set so far that I've seen. Next for Venomancer, we get the Corruption of the Virulent Crate, and holy shit, this is a cool set. This replaces his little head Venomancers, which are normally just... No, they're not even heads usually. They're just like little appendages, but they are replaced with Kraken heads. Actually, wait, no. That's not how the Kraken works. This is a Hydra. Okay, so we basically turn Venomancer into a Hydra, and these heads look so detailed. This is a fantastic set for a hero that really needed some good cosmetics. I don't know if this is the first Venomancer cosmetic, but it very well might be. Next for Kunkka, we have the Seabourn Reprisal. The thing I noticed immediately is that his left hand is replaced with a lobster claw. So that makes two lobster heroes in this in Dota 2 now, Slark being the other one. So this is actually quite a contrasting color palette. You've got the bright oranges from the Sea Star, the lobster claw, and his lobster leg, but he's also ghost blue. That's very strange. It's like he's a ghost mixed with a lobster. The sword is amazing. Although the wings, I'm not sure that really fits the aesthetic of it, but it's still a cool looking sword either way. Next up, we have the Clockwork Pressure Regulator. That turns him into a deep sea diver. This helmet looks awesome. Usually you'd only expect that single window in the center, but having all these smaller ones around it make it look awesome. You have some oxygen tanks on the back. They changed the hook and added a pulley system on the back. The rocket is now a torpedo as well. I'm not sure if there are in-game effects. Doesn't look like it, but yeah, pretty solid set. I don't think it'll be too visible in-game because the color palette's pretty similar to normal Clockwork, but it's a nice set anyways. For Sven, we get the Marauder Dragoon, which is a fantastic, probably one of the best sets in this case. For a player, or for a hero that's probably going to get a lot more attention since the 7.06 patch. Now that Ancients and Jungle Camps are a lot easier to stack since they stack every minute, Sven, or heroes that can clear camps and Ancients very easily, are definitely going to be a lot stronger in the meta. That being said, this set is amazing. Just first of all, this sword looks like a dragon's head with a huge wing coming out of it. The face mask is replaced with this awesome face mask. Well, it's a better face mask, I should say. With almost like demon horns coming out of it. Horns, there's just horns coming out all over the place. Really cool looking set. Next up, we have the Witch Doctor, Spoils of the Voodoo. Is that Voodoo or Voodoo? Hard to say. There's an extra U at the end. Rover. This basically turns him into a pirate. He's got a sort of undead parrot on him. This could very well just be a dead parrot because it looks stitched together and might just be taxidermy for all I know. But yeah, basically turns him into a pirate. Oh, and there's a little tentacle holding a key right there too. Replaces the staff with a mast. Pretty good set. And gives him a sweet-ass beard. Next, we have Luna with the Shadow Force Gale. The most interesting part of this is definitely the mount. Replaces the Panther, or whatever she had previously, with this crazy ocean lizard creature. Looks pretty cool. Otherwise, the shield looks alright, and the helmet's kind of eh, and the glaive is kind of eh, but other than that, the mount is definitely the pinnacle of this set. Next up for Gyrocopter, the Mechalodon Interdictor. It replaces his gyrocopter contraption with what appears to be a piranha. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And the missiles on top are turned into sharks as well. Awesome. Oh, and there's a pufferfish at the bottom too. So this is just like mechanical fishes. Pretty cool. Next up, we get the first Monkey King set other than the Arcana. The Riptide Actually, no. I think Monkey King did get a set before. I'm not sure though. The Riptide Raider, which no, I'm thinking about the Immortal. I thought it changed his Q's cosmetic into blue, but I was thinking of the Immortal in the same TI7 deal. But yeah, it basically gives him nice armor pieces. Kind of changes the color palette a little bit, but it's not that far from it. You can still tell it's Monkey King, especially with the very distinct movements that he has. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good solid set to start off Monkey King cosmetics with. Looks pretty good. It looks decent. I wouldn't bring it up to pretty good. Oh my god. Okay, so for Nature's Prophet, we now have the Dread Prophet, which turns him into a squid. And he actually has 4 eyes now. I can't tell if... It looks really well blended into his face, so he's got 2 eyes now. And this is just a freaking hilarious set. His staff is now... It looks like a seahorse jumping out of a water spout or something. And this cape is also really cool with the looks like fins with spikes, barbed fins. This is just kind of a silly set, and I really like it. Holy shit. Okay, for Invoker, we have the Covenant of the Depths. So if you liked the Dark Artistry Invoker set that cost like $100, but which completely changed its color palette last year, is worth a ton of money. It was the rare, or like the ultra rare in the TI6 treasures, but it's so expensive. But all the other Invoker sets kind of change them to like red, blue, golden, but never dark. This is now going to be your favorite set. This is probably going to be very affordable, and it's going to be the only other set that gives him this dark aesthetic. It gives him these tentacles coming out of his around his head, gives him a sweet ass hood and like a breathing apparatus embellished by gold. So I can't tell if they're like thorns or just small tentacles, but either way, really cool set. And this cape as well, really nice aesthetic with these swirls here. And I can't really say those are eyes, but these green gem pieces. Next up for Sand King, we have the Sovereign of the Cray Legions. So this is actually the 3rd lobster set now. He's everyone in Dota is going to be a lobster soon, especially Io. But yeah, basically it just turns him into a lobster. A little bit different color palette. They avoided using orange for this lobster, and they went to go for the original Sand King kind of dusty color and added like bright turquoise accents to it. So it looks pretty good. Definitely one of the better sets for Sand King, if not the best. Okay, for Ricky, we have the Cunning Corsair. Unfortunately, Ricky is almost always invisible, so you won't see this set that much, but let's take a look. He's got piranhas all over him. So he's got one eating at his tail, ouch. One on his knife, so he shouldn't really feel that, should be fine. He's got a hook hand now, looks pretty cool, and an eyepiece. Curious. Alright. Next we have the Nyx Assassin Chitinous Stalker. So here we go. Technically this is not a lobster. This is a crab. Actually, I can't tell the difference between the lobsters and the crabs. So let's just group lobster and crab into one group. So now we have 4. So the Chitinous Stalker, yeah, just basically turns him into a crab. That's not much to say. So now we're moving on to the rare bonuses, and since we bought 20 treasure chests, hopefully we'll get some of those. The Submerged Hazard for Tinker changes his color palette to blue color. Let's see. I believe these are his rockets and this is his laser. So his laser, I don't actually think I've really looked at Tinker sets that much, so I can't really tell a big difference. He gets an underwater breathing apparatus as well. Yeah, I'm not sure I really like this set that much, but it does change the color palette a little bit. Next up, we have Bat Rider's Manta Marauder, which replaces his mount with a manta ray with fish on top. So if you ever saw the movie Nemo, this is basically getting that teacher guy who functions as a school bus as well underneath Bat Rider. And Bat Rider himself also gets kind of like an octopus headpiece as well. This is hilarious. I love this one. Looks like he does get some animation changes as well. This is pretty cool. I wonder if the ambient effects are the bubbles. Probably, yeah. Because these guys don't have bubbles. Yeah, okay. So when you get this, you actually get bubbles coming up around as well. And for the ultra rare set, the Marauder, Heiress of the Coastal Kingdom. This fantastic mount that, oh my god, I can't even, I don't know what fish it's called, but this resembles an amazing fish. I don't know. I'm tempted to say rockfish, but I'm pretty sure that's completely wrong. Anyway, this mount is amazing. The Marauder set herself, this bow follows the same aesthetic as these fin parts, I guess I would call them. Otherwise, it changes the hair to be braided. I just noticed she's not wearing any pants, but okay, whatever, it's Marauder. So yeah, those were the sets. So let's open this up. Hopefully we will get some rares out of this. So first set we're gonna get 2 battle pass levels out of it. Okay, this actually might take a while, so let's hit the skip button. So first we get the Marauder Dragoon. So there are the 2 levels, nice. Next we get the Shadow Force Gale. Undying Sea Blight. 1 crab down. Alright, the Hydra. Alright, Gyrocopter's Mechalodon Interdictor. Aw, man. It kind of panned towards the right, so I thought I was going to get some rares, but no. It's just the Ricky cosmetic. I'm going to let this one just spin through. I think I'm 8 treasures in. It's actually really nice to have an indicator up there to see how far in you are. Alright. Oh, shit. Come on. Come on. Oh, damn. Knocked out at the last 3. Alright. Witch Doctor. Speed this up a bit. Huskar. We got the Collector's Cash token. Nice. Got Brewmasters. Okay, so we're halfway. Actually, a little farther than halfway in now. No rares to speak of, but these do have escalating odds, so hopefully that will escalate our odds, to put it simply. Alright, no such luck there. Clockwork cosmetic, just a normal one. I'm thinking that I probably want to just save the token for now. I don't think the token has an expiration date. So, later on... Actually, oh! Yes! Okay, we get our first rare with the Tinkerer set. As you probably heard when I was reviewing them, I'm not that big of a fan of Tinkerer. I don't play them that much. And I don't really know... This cosmetic isn't really a big, look changer. It's kind of just... Oh, actually, now that I look at the back... He has this propeller coming out of the back, too. So, okay, that's pretty cool. Now that I noticed that. But yeah, looks pretty good. Hopefully we will get some of the other rares, like the Manta Ray and, you know, the Pipe Dream Marauder. Alright. Looks like we might get a second one. No, not quite. Almost. Made it all the way to the last 2. We've only got, I believe, 6 chests left. Oh, no, okay. Another common one. Here, okay, Enigma, definitely one of my favorites. I'd probably say my favorites are Enigma and Sven and Invoker. Alright, Bat Ryder? No. Alright, we get the Monkey King set. Here we go again. My. Let's get some rares in here. Nope. Ah, all 3 were left to the end. I don't know if anyone's ever gotten a triple rare before. I've never seen it. And the odds must be very, very low. But there's tons of Dota 2 players. It should happen eventually, right? It's inevitable. Alright, only 3 chests left. Out of this, we're going to get perhaps the Invoker or the Crab. Ah. Marauder was left to the last right there. Alright. So now we're down to Pudge and just Pudge. Alright, last chest. This is going to come with 20 levels, so I might as well open up that stuff as well. But this is our last chance to get some rares, and it's gone. Alright, so we end the 20 chest opening, or collector's cache opening, with 1 rare for Tinkerer. Alright, let's go to the Battle Pass and claim some rewards. So first we get a Treasure 2. Nice. That will be opened at a later date. A Trust of the Benefactor treasure. A Treasure 3. And 3 International 2017 Premium Card Packs. So that'll be all for this video. Tell me your opinions and your favorites from this new collector's cache. Honestly, my opinions, 20 sets is amazing. When they reach out to the community and get everyone to go with this kind of crazy underwater theme, to see such quality sets come from that makes me feel good about the community. Unfortunately, it does bleed my wallet a little bit more, but these are really, really nice sets. So let's see, does this expire? It does not expire. Unfortunately, I don't think these are tradable or marketable. So it is following the trend of all the other sets and stuff. Nothing's tradable or marketable these days anymore, just giftable once. So yeah, tell me if you guys have any luck with your hunt for rares. Tell me your favorite sets from this collector's cache, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.